Hey guys, I am DM Zone. This is the Gamer's Oasis. We're playing Baldur's Gate and we're making a character. Alright guys, welcome back. So we're going to do the character creation here. I'm going to be doing it on single player and I happen to be offline today, which is unfortunate that I won't get all the credit for what's going on. I need to go back. I was adjusting this, excuse me, my ear itches like nothing else. Like, that was weird. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing it offline. Normally around my face here I have like borders and everything, but for whatever reason I have no internet, and we're going to go ahead and get that back up or going again hopefully sometime, and I'm going to try and shoot this video while I wait because I have a day off. I just worked 7 out of 8 days. I work 12-hour days, so it's a lot, and I need to get stuff done. I feel like there's a real pressing need to get stuff done. So I'm just going to be hammering this out, and this video will be what this video will be. So I've already kind of I've made this character once, but I kept having audio problems. For those that have been following me on Instagram or Facebook, I've talked a little bit about it. And I haven't been able to get it to work right. So now I'm doing it again. I'm talking as I make my character here, so just to fill time, I guess. But the idea I've thought I want to go is a cleric illusionist gnome. I've never played an illusionist in a D&D game. I've always thought they're kind of cool, but I've never done it. So I'm going to go neutral good gnome, cleric illusionist, skill or abilities. I've already figured out kind of what I need, and it's really high. So you have to excuse the fact that I'm rolling so many times. I need an 88 to get the scores I want, because I am doing. Oops, there's an 87. I am doing this on hard. I wanted a character with good stats, and I'm not necessarily the best player in the world. I did beat this game probably in 2000, shortly after the game came out. And the game came out in 1998, so there's probably several viewers of this video that weren't even born when this game came out. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get something higher to 88. My character I had online actually had 91, which was pretty amazing. Come on. Here's 86. Where I hit like a 90 or something. Oh, there's an 88 and just click past it because I'm not paying attention. Ah, God, I had my 88. '90. Whoo! 93. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and fix some of this. So I need a lower some of my strength. So I need a 17 con and a 16 charisma. I need a 13 charisma. I wish I get more information when you clicked right there. Oh, I think I'm going to lower this. No, it don't matter. No, it does matter. Cause I gotta get this up. And I gotta get that up to a 19. So, alright. So I have an 11 strength. I have a 13 charisma. So I don't really have a dump stat. Let me sort of break down how things work. So, like a 15 dexterity gives you +1 to your armor class, or ends up being a -1 to your armor class because low is better. And a 16 gives you an additional one that's down. Like a, what is it, 16 charisma or 16? Was it 16 constitution or 16 charisma I needed? Let me look real quick. Look at my phone real quick. Okay, 16 common. Alright, so I went ahead and looked at it, and I got this backwards. I need a 16 con and a 17 dexterity to get the bonus. Alright, so I have a 17 wisdom because that's my max, because I have a negative 1 wisdom because I'm a gnome, and I have +1 wisdom because I'm a gnome to my or +1 intelligence because I'm a gnome. So I ended up with a 19. This is my stats. That's pretty good. Skills. I'm going to go ahead and go with club, and I'm going to go with sling. Here's why I'm going with club is you can get spells like shillelagh and that type of stuff, and it's very important. Spells you get, you don't have a whole lot you can do. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go with the standard spells. All these other spells I can find later. And I don't remember seeing a whole lot of reflect image spells, to be honest. And spook's not bad. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and learn some spells. Not that this matters, because frankly, yeah. Alright. So we're going to go with shillelagh. And we're going to go with Cure Lights because that's important. I got my 3 spells. Appearance. I kind of like the just regular look. I might change the hair to something a little more gnomish. Go with the skin. I kind of like the skin. Know where it is. Alright. Then we go to name. Going to go with zone. No shadow. Alright, and there we go. Going to do this on hard.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes. Fidel.
Sorry.
Always left untold. That of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, guys, so I didn't mean to cut the audio there. I forgot that by doing this, I caused problems. But I wanted to go ahead and get this snip right here. Because, and I'll edit this probably post, I wanted to go ahead and get that and then have that be an Instagram post or Facebook post or something of that nature, and then go with it that way. Let's see here. We get here and do my folder name real quick. I'm going to name it Baldur's Gate. I only keep that away because there's other stuff in there you don't get to know about yet. You'll get to know about it eventually. I'm going to go to game captures. Sorry for the in-game edit. Some of you might be reading what's going on here. So I'm going to put candle keep intro. I'm going to put a 1 there just in case there's more than one. I don't believe there is. Okay, there we go. Now we're done. Alright, so here we are. I gotta find Goron. Excuse me. I'll get to him in a minute, though.
Not a problem.
Ooh, not a problem. Alright, so inside this building, there's not a whole lot. There's a bartender over here. There's a guy over here named Firebead, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah. So, you can break into chests and whatnot and get things. If you have enough strength, I'm going to hit tab real quick and see what they are. So that one's locked. I'm going to hit the attack button. So it's F2. And it says, you successfully forced open the lock. Wow. That's pretty cool. So I found me a silver necklace. I have a guy sleeping over here. I have another thing. I'm going to try and force open. You failed to force open the lock. I'll try it again. You failed to force open the lock. Apparently I can do it. Huh. Well, maybe not. Different things require different strengths. I don't have the strength to get that lock, but I had enough to get the first one, which is kind of surprising. Because I am not very strong. It's locked. I knew it was locked. Try this one. Give it about 5 times. Alright, I'm not going to get that one either. That's not what I meant to do. That was very lucky that it didn't open because I had the guards called on me. Alright, so nothing else there. I'm going to go ahead and head back downstairs. Nope, it said stairs. So this game is from a third-person view, as you can tell.
With ease.
There's a lot of benefits to different types of classes. So let me go ahead and take this. I'm going to pause it real quick so my time doesn't elapse and things that are supposed to happen later don't happen so quickly to me, I guess you could say. Alright, so this game is built around the 2nd edition rule system. It is not exact interpretation of the 2nd edition rule system because, as a lot of people say, you can't do an exact replica of it because the mechanics of the game work differently. Not having a actual storyteller there to adjust the story based upon lucky rolls or whatever like that, and the way the game is, and the fact that people can re-roll their stats until they get the high characters. I don't know who would ever do that trash, but if that were to ever happen, then people would have an advantage. So they kind of change things, and with the hard difficulty, it actually means that monsters have 50% more health and do 50% more damage. So it's kind of difficult in that way, and I don't know. It's not an exact science, but it's pretty close. And the general how things work is the same. So the point system is very similar. They had specializations back then. I remember playing a dwarf named Zon with a Z, Z-O-N. And I don't think he had a last name. Maybe Whirlwind or something like that. I was young, 13. Anyways, and he had a pair of daggers, and he would always, a dwarf, and he'd run up and he'd be like, bah, 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 and he wore pit fighting armor that had spikes, and he would elbow people and knee people and headbutt people and get extra attacks. And without his pit fighting armor, he was 5 attacks every 2 rounds. With his pit fighting armor, he was 6 attacks every 2 rounds, or he was 3 attacks every 1 round. If you're 5 per 2, then what that means is the first round you get 3, the second round you get 2, the third round you get 3, the fourth round you get 2. It works out to be 5 attacks every 2 rounds. If it's an even number, then you just get that many, you get half that number of attacks every round. Anyways, I digress. So that's basically how that works. You can play melee, play clerics, you can play rogues. assassin types, archer types. They have rangers. All the classes of D&D are represented here for the most part. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm playing an illusionist, which is a type of mage specialization, which means I focus around spells that make things not actually exist. And I'm a cleric, so I'm a very support-heavy character, and I'll be doing a lot of sneaky trickster type stuff to try and fool enemies. For right now, because I have 3 first level spells that are not awesome necessarily, I'm going to go ahead and probably be more of a tank melee, because at least I'm a cleric and I can cast Shillelagh and I can heal myself. But eventually I want to get to where I start casting spells. Probably about the time I get to 2nd level spells, when I'm 3rd level, I will have enough people in my party that someone else will be the tanks, and then I will go ahead and be able to cast heals and spells. I will tell you, because I've played this game before, there are tank-like characters in this game. None of them are really awesome, but there are some. And then I'm definitely going to get some of them that are less armor and more hit points, or just pure offense type of tanks, to get in melee and have things surround them, and then I'll hopefully be doing spells to protect them. That's the goal, or healing them. But there is an awesome rogue, and that's Imoen, and we'll run into her a little bit later. I'll get into that while I'm running around. Probably done enough talking for this part. Come on.
So hard to find decent
There's
folk nowadays.
2 clerics you can get, healer types. One is evil, one is good. The good one has a counterpart who's horrible. She's awesome, but he's horrible. But you have to have both to have one. I'll have both of them at near the beginning part of the game, but eventually I'll have to decide what I'm going to do. He's not a bad archer, but man, he doesn't take a hit well. And I kind of want to get the bard. There is a bard in the game you can get. Having a bard plus me as cleric, ooh, that could be really nice. And if I get that, then I may not need the druid fighter that's really good with the counterpart that's not so good. More on that later. Sorry, I gotta have some more. Alright, so we got Firebead here. Please excuse my grammar on this. Sometimes I add words, take away words. Sometimes I stutter at extra times. I try and do it a little bit in character, but reading someone else's writing and trying to be in character is not necessarily my forte. I also noticed that a lot of this is in what I would call like a Canadian type of speech, and occasionally you'll run into someone who's like Old English, and that's really hard because it's hard to read that and then translate to what that actually is when you say it, but I'll do my best. Okay? So you got Firebead here, Elven Hair. He says, "Ah, yes, back within the halls of the Candle Keep, the hallowed halls." There we go. Hallowed halls of Candle Keep. With the iron crisis upon us, the trip from Burgos was more hazardous than I care to relate. Your Goron's world. Good Lord, I can never get his name right. I have been messing his name up for over 20 years. It's crazy. Aren't you? You've come into your own. If you would permit an old jealous man of youth to say so. He says, I left an identified scroll with Tethtorial in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now. If you could fetch it for me, I would be grateful. Well, thank you. So he gave me a scroll, or he gave me a quest for a scroll, and then sent me on my way. You can use your mouse button, your mouse wheel to zoom. That's how I do it.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Also, your arrow keys are how you move. You don't use WASD. That didn't come around until after this game was actually made. Alright, so Winthrop here. Excuse me. Well, hello there, young one. Come visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Don't forget the 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per Candlekeep custom, don't you know? So it's like a northerner Canadian type of don't you know. Anyways, what he's making reference to here is when you go to Candlekeep to actually go to the library itself proper, or really to be allowed admittance, they expect you to give a 10,000 gold piece book. It's a lifetime membership. Once you give the book, you're good. You can then go read the books that are inside the keep. They accept further donations, and there may be levels, but that's a topic for a different story. So I'm going to go ahead and say, you always were Big Kidder Winthrop. That gets funnier and funnier nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not so often. And he's like, ha, just having a bit of fun with ye, my friend. Them monks be walking around with a pole in their nethers, but you know you always welcome here in my sight. Goron did well by Goron did well by you, he did. Is there anything I can do for you? Some drinks, a room to sleep, anything to buy? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go over here, click on the items. I'm not going to buy a Warhammer, though I want one, because I'll get one eventually. They're not that expensive, but it's just pointless to buy that. If you double click, you can pick up the number. You can get the number thing here like how I have it. I'm going to go ahead and get 16. That gives me a bunch of stacks. Like I said, I'm going to go melee. So I'm going to get some small shield. Okay. That. I think give me a helmet. Helmets allow you to prevent crits. So I can sell this silver necklace I already got for 5 gold. That leaves me with 99 gold, but what I'm buying is going to cost me 52, and that's going to reduce my funds. And so I didn't get my items.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Come on. And of course all my items went away. Well, you get to watch me scroll through and buy things again. Alright. Set of leather. The reason why I can't use a large shield is because of strength. I don't have enough strength. I need to push the buy button, then done. Now I have my items. I got a slightly different shield than before, but that's not the end of the world. Alright. So I end up with 3 stacks of 80 in my quiver, I guess you could say, and I keep an extra stack down below, so buying 16 is not a random number. It's kind of where I wanted to be. Alright, so I went ahead and hit Q for quick save. That allows you to save the game quickly.
Hello there.
A different way. This is Fidelia. Oh, hello there. Have you seen my copy of the History of Hyrule anywhere? There's a lot of pauses and whatnot they do that makes it hard for me to read it. I apologize. If you know where this, I can't stand this. You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of our arthritic feet in the library. So I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here. And, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you can find it, I really need it back. What she's really saying is, Candlekeep will kick me out if I don't get this thing back. I really appreciate it if you go look for it. So there are, there are several types of wizards or mages. This guy's gonna come over and try and fight me. His name is Shank. He says, "Oh, goody, goody! I have found ye first. You are the ward of Goron, no doubt. I'm going to go ahead. All right, so 13 in charisma gives you opens more text for response. So having anywhere from 12 and down, 12 to a certain number down, means that you only have the base text. When you get to a 13, you get more text. When you get to an 18, you even get more text if you were to be like a paladin or whatever. I'm not sure, but it makes sense to me. If you were below like an 8, like a 7 or a 6, I think you should end up with less text options, where you're down to just type stuff almost. That'd be really funny. And I think that'd be interesting. If I ever develop a game, I think I would do that. Alright. So I'm going to say, leave me be. I have pressing matters that I must attend to. This is the optional text that you don't get unless you have at least a 13 charisma. Shanks says, far be it from me to keep you from your pressing matters, but I must insist on a moment of your time. The last moment, actually. I apologize for not fully explaining my motives, but rather on a tight schedule. The exposition is simply not my forte. And then he comes over tech. Now I've got the game to automatically pause whenever an enemy presents itself. The reason why I do that is when I'm walking across a map, if I happen to have a wolf see me or whatever, I'm not dragging a wolf behind me as it's attacking me and I'm not looking at the screen. There's a lot of travel and that type of stuff. This allows the game to pause for me to realize, oh, there's an enemy over here and I can go deal with it. So I've told it to attack with the sling, which is kind of silly in melee, but whatever. If he hits me, I will have to save because it will hurt. And I don't have a whole lot of hit points. Woo!
It will be done.
That wasn't good. I'll go ahead and take that for right now because I'm pretty much broke. Go from there. Ooh, I'll take that. Ooh, come over here. Locked. F2 for my weapon. Try this again, 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 try this again. Nothing. Alright, F3 back to my sling. You can hit the F button to swap between weapon types. Here's my Warhammer I was talking to you about. I'm going to go ahead and swap this for this. Drop that in the ground. Now, I wonder if I can force it differently with different items. Doesn't actually prove anything because it could be the one time I do it, it works. No, it's not going to work. Alright. Either way, I have a shield and a hammer. So I got Parda comes up and talks to me. Zone no shall I see you cut yourself above the brow. What's wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me that something is very wrong indeed. And I'm going to go with, I am a kid, it's horrible, I'm not an experienced adventurer, because technically I'm not yet. Oh, Parda, there was a man there, he smelled of the snables, and he tried to kill me, it was horrible. Parda's going to say, hurry then, child, equip yourself in the inn and go join Goron on the steps of the library. He had a sense something like this was to happen. Well, if everyone literally knows this but me, why? That's what I want to know.
What do you need?
That's kind of crazy. This guy's name is Dreppen. Dreppen's like, Fidelia left one of her books here again. It's in the hay beside the cow. That's interesting, cow. We'll get back to that in a minute. If you could run over there and run it over to her, and then come back, I got some plans for you. All right, so we're going to go next to this cow that he has here. Come on. There we go. Got the book.
What do you need?
Talk to Dreppen again. Dreppen's like, nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessie here. Talking about the cow. Went from third person to personal, I guess you could say. Second person, I don't know. He knows the cow's name, so I'm trying to get at. Too bad Nessie here ain't enjoying it. Too bad Nessie here ain't been enjoying it, though. Her being sick and all. Need to get her one of those antidote potions off of Hole. Hole's a person. I'll get back to that in a minute. He stayed up drinking last night and got hauled out of bed to man the gates early this morning. So I bet he's got a few of them laying around somewheres. So what they're trying to get at is people that drink a lot keep potions of antidote around to get over their alcoholism or something. I don't know. Try not to put too much thought into it, I guess. But Hull is a guard, as it states here. Here's a temple right here, Temple of Ogum. I want to say that's like plants and nature, if I remember right. And he's got potions of antidote around. So here's John Delar. John Delar's like, "Hey, Zone No Shall. I see you're up early this day. Your father, Goron, has asked me a strange favor. It seems he wants you to learn some fighting and asked me to be your teacher. So I hope you brought your staff with you." And then he goes into how to attack creatures. You left click on the circles when the direct to their attacking. You can swap between your quick weapons. I wish they had like a little icon thing over here to show your quick weapons, because they talk about quick weapons and quick weapon slots, but they don't actually have anything here. They also talk about the fact that if you don't have anything equipped or your weapon breaks, which can happen, especially because of the Iron Crisis, then you use your fists and then you end up only knocking the creature unconscious. So you can do subdual damage in this game, which is an actual thing in Dungeons and Dragons. Also, spells, just go ahead and cast a spell on him if you got one memorized. He says, "During the fight, I'm going to spring a little surprise on you. Remember to press spacebar at any time to pause the game." That's very important, because literally pausing the game by pressing spacebar, is a function of the game that was built by the designers to give you a chance to get things going. Or to be able to make movements and whatnot, because they know they don't have a perfect system for being able to access their equipment and spells and abilities and that type of stuff. Sometimes it takes more than one click. Oftentimes it takes more than one click. Probably every time it takes more than one click to get something done. Anyways, this will give you some time to think, especially once my little surprise comes up. Are you good? Are you now good? All right. So now I went and paused it. There's a surprise. It's Eric, who's uninjured. And you got John Delar over here. I'm going to go ahead and attack John Delar with my hammer. Yep, all I got to do is touch him. I hit him for 2 damage. He says, "You did good, kid, especially after Eric started firing those arrows at you. I'm sure your father would be proud. You should go talk to the Gate Warden if you want some experience fighting with groups of people. You can find him just south of here. Oh, and it can be pretty important to know how you're going to fight with your allies at your side." Alright. Chess. Sometimes the smoother transition doesn't happen. They were maybe a little short on their text. I don't know the reasoning for it. This is one of those cases. This guy is a dwarf. Kind of like I look, even though I'm not. And this guy is trying to be gruff and full of character.
By Moradin's hammer!
Moradin is a god of dwarves' favorite gemstone, or favorite item is the emerald gemstone. People often pay him in emeralds for like favors and whatnot. Revor says, "I thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this building yesterday already." I don't know. Hop to it. Get in there. So I'm going to go into here. Very important building. Oh, it's a storage building. Okay, could be important. Wait, is that a cat? Is that a cat? Why do we have rat problems when we have at least 3 or 2 cats here? We ended up with 3, but it's like, seriously, people. Right. I guess this is what you call ratatouille.
With ease.
With ease. Go kill this rat. So we have 5 rats, 3 cats. Sounds like the cat should win that all day long. Okay, here. Yep, take the silver ring. Nothing else here, right? No, nothing else here. Alright, so I talked to this guy here. Reavor says, by Margin Hammer, of course. But he says, ah, yes, killed them rats like the rats they are. A glorious battle like unlike the world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces. Don't spend it all in one place. I think this character would have been very interesting if they would have given it more depth. Also, I wanted to go ahead and point out real quick. Yeah, I have 2 hexagon-shaped, well, 6-sided shaped circles, I guess you could say, or hexagons, but they're elliptical. They're not perfectly shaped, not even this one. This wall is different than that wall. These angles are different, but they are both 6-sided. You start here, you can go around this circle twice, or you can go around to here and come back to here, basically the same thing. But if you want to complete the quest in the order in which you got them, you do it like this. Come over here and talk to Hole. Hole is an interesting character. He flips script in the middle of it and kind of goes from one direction to another direction. Give me a second here. Okay. Hole says, hey kid, woke up late this morning and left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you get it for me in the chest at the foot of my bed on the right side of the barracks. Quick now before the gate warden catches me without it. You also need the antidote there. I think Dreppen needs one for old Nessie. Alright, so here he seems remorseful by the fact he doesn't have his sword.
Our rules are very
Here he
strict.
seems almost grateful. That will change. We'll get back to him. Here's the gate warden, really so close. Should be able to see he doesn't have a sword from this distance, but whatever. Soon be gone, will he? Aye. Goran asked me to teach you a wit about the finer arts of mass combat for a 4E leave. Can I pick your interest with it? Zone no shout. Pick is P-I-Q-U-E, by the way. I'm going to just go with a simple yes. I would appreciate that. Good then, child. 'Tis one thing to maintain control o' yourself in the heat of battle. 'Tis quite another to maintain your authority o' a group. I've asked Obey the Illusionist to run through a few simulations for you down in the storage cellar. Just follow me this way and I'll unlock the door for ye. That's all kinds of crazy. Gonna come in here real quick.
It will be done.
There's a I'm gonna pause real quick. There's a guy in here who's a priest of Ogum.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
He says, so you are sick, you look rather healthy to me, but you can never tell. Do you need any potions of such things? I'm going to say, yes, that would be nice of you. Alright, take this potion. Very nice. So if you do that, you get this potion. Alright. So I got that potion. There's a thing over here, but it's locked. I'm just going to see if I can bust it. Because why not? I can't bust it. You need more than 11 strength to bust it.
It will be done.
Talk to the gate warden one more time just to
Our
get
rules
free of things.
are very strict.
There ye be, oh no shall, haven't trained yet with Obey. then the door is wide open. All you need to do is march in. If you already done your training, then you should go see Goron, your father. Your father. He's anxious to see you. And he goes off. I don't know. Come on. There we go. So, I'll go ahead and do Obey, because you only see Obey once. Yeah, excuse me. What I ate earlier today really is not doing well. Okay, Obey says, Zone No Shadow, the Gate Warden urged me to prepare a little going away party for you. A bit of mass combat practice in order. I believe, well, let's make it really simple. Candaros, Mordania, Arcanus, Dieter, and Osprey are going to join the party. You have complete control over them, the same as you would to anyone else who might join you in your upcoming travels. Once they've joined, I'm going to summon several illusions of common monsters you might encounter outside the safety of these keeps. The illusions will attack the party and will be up to you to issue the necessary orders to dispose of them. Remember, these creatures are illusions and they won't be able to hurt you. Try your best to kill them, however, because in the real world, pain, harm, and even death are far more real. Some of your comrades will have magical items, such as potions, wands. You'll have to equip these in the quick slots of the characters who have them. Some of them also have spells. You can cast these spells in the heat of battle. Remember, even rogues and warriors benefit from a good understanding of these arcane forms of combat. Every so often I'll ask you if you had enough. If you have, then I shall teleport you outside. If you wish to continue practicing, however, I will create some more illusions for you to fight. Are you ready to go then? Good there. Here we go. Alright, so combat paused because enemy was sighted. I'm going to tell them all to attack this Gibberling that's uninjured. Once they kill the first one, they will then immediately start to break out into the other ones. Kind of gets the first one down and puts a little swing in your favor. That's what I found I like. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick. And I'm going to go through the record of all of these so we can see what we have here. We have their stats. This is a pretty good... I think I'm just going to go with this. This is a good view. So we have Zone No Shadow. We're going to go to the next one. Here's Arcanus. Okay. This is Candaros. This one here is Osprey. Alright, so I've gone ahead and won this combat. He'll say I can bring more monsters. I don't really care to fight. I will say I think I've had enough. Take me outside. He says, okay then, once I teleport you outside, you're not going to be able to get back in here again. This is for your own protection, as illusions can sometimes be dangerous. Well, I thought you said illusions can't be dangerous. But whatever. I want to see, can I go back in? Nope.
It will be done.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head off to the next area. Come over to this barrel. Nothing. Come over to this chest. Oh, 15 gold laying there. Thank you. Go ahead and quick save.
I have a blade with your name on it.
Oh, he has a blade with my name on it. This is Carbos. Hey there, you're Goron's little whelp, aren't you? You match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. Alright, again, I have a third option. Just because you have a third option does not necessarily mean this is I have a 13 charisma. It just happens to be they only have 2 unless you have a 13 charisma. For this one, you have to kind of root for it. I believe it's always going to be the bottom option is the one that you get for the extra high charisma, though. Maybe that's a game hack. I don't know. It says, I am his child, if that's what you mean. And then Carbros does an interesting thing here. He corrects me. Foster child. Gotta keep it straight. He raised you as your own, but you're not his blood. Your head ain't worth nothing if you're actually his child. Nah. You're the right one. My ticket out of the gutter as soon as I snuff your lights. So what he's basically saying is, if Garon had children and you were one of his biological, you would not have any value. So whoever you are on your own and whatever your blood is worth is the reason why you have value. Again, if I get hit, I'll probably have to pause it and heal myself. But
With ease.
I'm apparently unstoppable. Look around. I got a chest, a barrel. That's it. All right. So far I've gained 47 XP for both classes. If I was a single class, that would be 94.
Not a problem.
Step out of here. Wait for the next guy to walk up to me. Oh, here he comes.
Something on your mind?
His name is Karen. I heard shoutings. Oh no, Shower. Are you all right? I'm going to go again with I'm an inexperienced person to say. He's dead. Whoever it was lunged at me with a knife. Oh, Karan, what has happened to this place? And Karan, of course, comforts me and tells me, everything's going to be okay. Or he says this. It's not the place, child. It's you they're after. Garan was waiting for you in the steps of the central library. He wants you to go to him as soon as you've bought what you need from the inn. Ozone no shall. I've been your tutor for so many years, and only in this moment I have come to doubt my teachings have been enough. Go to Garon, child. It's safe for you here no longer. Wow, thanks for the pep boost, dude. It makes me feel so good about myself. Oh, there's a goal to take it. Alright, so here I'm in the barracks. If you remember, the bed's on the right side. The guards won't stop you from going into that bed because they know what you're doing. But if you went into anyone else's bed, they would stop you. And I don't really want to play that game at this moment. I'll build a rogue character to do that, like a super good rogue. Like maybe a halfling rogue with super ninja skills or something for 2nd edition that has the ability to do that. Alright. Now here's Hole. This charmer. Hole says, took your sweet time, didn't you? Garon's a fool for trying to bring you up right, and you can tell him I said so. 2. If you don't know it, if I didn't know any better, I would say the whole Iron Crisis is a result of twerps like you running off with people's swords. You left it in the barracks because you were drunk last night. Here's 10 gold pieces. Now get out of here. I'm on duty. Woo! There you go. Thanks for the antidote, jerk. All right. Come over here to talk to this guy about antidotes.
What do you need?
Hey there, Wanderer. Are you sick? No. Hey, you're a wanderer. You are. You are. Hey, ye are a wanderer. You are. Wow. Stick with me and we'll go far. Hey, we're rhyming now. Well, okay, stick with me and we'll probably never leave Candlekeep's. would we? Good thing you ain't wearing none of those metal armors, though. I hear that the bandits out there would as soon as kill you as look at you to get it off your back. I just hope the whole Iron Crisis business gets wrapped up soon. I'll do my best. So he gives me 50 gold and gives me an antidote. So I have 2 quests left. I have Firebead and I have Fidelia. And, you know, that's not bad XP.
Hello there.
My book. Oh, you remind me so much of Garon when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him. I know, but he says a toil of love, a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed to draw such praise for a man of his silent nature. Here, take this gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. Oh, thank you. So I gained 50 XP, lost the history of Hyrule, and gained the Lennox Eye gem. Before I go there, let me go past these creepy guys.
Greetings, young one.
Oh, maybe not. Here's Tutorial. Firebeast has sent you to me, hasn't he? Very well, I'll return this scroll to him, but you must hurry and speak with Garon. He's waiting for you at the steps of the Central Library. I assure you, child, it's a matter of the greatest urgency. Yeah, like life or death. Talk to Firebead.
It will be done.
Then
So hard
I'll go
to
ahead and
find
talk
decent
to
folk nowadays.
Oh, I'm glad to see the age has not hardened your heart towards an old man such as myself. I'll take all your identify scrolls. I have great use for those type of spells. Here, allow me to cast a little spell on you. It will protect you from your evil you might meet tonight. Makes me feel a little concerned.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Good to see you again as any other. I could have laid eyes on you. Wow. Good to see you as any others I could have laid eyes on. Make yourself comfortable as you will. If you wish for anything, just ask. Thank you. I will ask for this. I'm going to ask to sell that, sell this, sell this, sell that. Okay, sell. Now, I'm going to buy some stuff for Imowen. She needs style leather. She can't use a home because rogues get that. But she could use 14 arrows. Okay, we're going to buy. And we're going to be done. Yay, I'm not encumbered. Now we're going to save.
Not a problem.
So I've completed all my quests. I'm going to go by over here and let you listen to these creepy guys.
When conflict sweeps across the dales, the great lizards of the Lord of Murder shall with fire and fury.
Our divine Lord will walk along a score of mortal progenies. So chaos will be sown from their passage. So saith the wise
In the year of the
Alondo.
turrets, a great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts. So saith the wise
The
Alondo.
worm shall wander the earth, and such a pestilence will follow in his wake that all that know of his passing
So apparently
shall
Doom
be
is coming.
struck down by the plague. So saith the wise Alondo.
And some of them apparently have already sworn fealty
Hey,
to him.
it's It's me, Emmeline.
So Emmeline basically sees me and immediately runs over to me. Alright, let me do Emmeline justice here. I am surprised to see that stuffy old Garon let you away from your studies and chores. That old Phil Daddy. I snuck off too. Old Puff Guts Winthrop is looking for me. But I've got all day to do his chores. You got time for a story today? No. I can tell you've been... I can tell that you don't. What have you been up to? I'm going to say, I'm afraid I can't chat today. Little one, my foster father wishes to prepare me for a journey, but will not say to where. Emmeline, little one, I'm not much younger than you, though you sure got tall fast. Relatively, anyway. A journey, eh? I never travel. I wish I could go with you. Yep, really wish I could go. Yes, sir, really do. I'll say, alright, I'll ask. Alright, I get the message. I'll ask if you can go with us. Oh, don't be silly. Garon wouldn't even let you finish the sentence. Especially after what that letter said. Did I just say that? No, of course not. Nope, I didn't. Never saw no letter. Nope. I'll just be going back to work. Yep, you better go. Garon is waiting. There we go. Kind of stammered through that. General idea is she's read something she's not supposed to know about. Go talk to my stepfather.
My child, I am glad I have found you.
Garon here. This is very unnerving. You know you must trust me. It's very important that you pack your possessions so that you may leave Candlekeep immediately. Hurry, for there's no time to tarry. The keep is well protected, but is not invulnerable. I'm just going to say I'm ready to go now. The rest of what he says is
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
Khalid makes a decent archer. Jahira is the fighter druid.
Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
Oh, sorry. Need to click the next button.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I am sorry that you feel that way, old man.
I am not get out of harm.
Manus, potentis,
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Alright, so He talked about two people, Jafar and Khalid. I talked about it real quick. Khalid is a half elf and sort of a waste of time. He has decent archery skills because he has a high dexterity, though he has a low constitution, lower than mine, as a fighter. And the other stats aren't impressive. He even has low strength. It's horrible. Jafar is actually strong, wise, and decent charisma, if I remember right. She's an elf, and they're married. So that's why those two can't be separated. But we'll get to that a little bit later. I like Jafira. I'm not. Khalid's all right. But I probably end up not keeping both of them forever. They'll probably just be kept for a little bit. I'll probably end up keeping. I will keep that probably to me for right now. But I'll probably replace Jafira with a bard. Let me go ahead and get my screenshot. Bunch of screenshots. Everyone else in the keep, apparently. She says, I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. I can't remember what exactly it said. It might still be, he might still have it. It might be on his body. Anyways, I'm not going to let you wander around out here all alone. Never let a friend down. No, sir. Stick with you until the end of days. That's what I always say. Well, sort of. She always says that. Alright, so I gained 2 coins. I got her doing traps now. We now have Emma.
You're a queer fellow.
Let me go ahead and pull up her record. Let's go ahead and get that screenshot. Ugh. And we're going to go ahead and title this Imowen. And that's Imowen. At very low level. See there, not very strong, high dexterity, good constitution, good intelligence, good charisma. All around, good to have. Wisdom's, not a dumb stat. I wish strength was a tad higher. But I am not complaining about it. As far as NPCs go, she's probably about the best thing you can ever hope for. Come on, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick here, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started, shall we?
I've done had enough of this.
Done had enough of this.
Yes?
Alright, so here is where Gon
will be
died.
done.
I'm going to go here, and we'll just kind of watch it in the map. And if I run into any sort of enemies, as I go, you'll see a red circle around something, and the game will pause. I don't expect I'll run into anything on the way there. The longer you're in the forest, the more you have a chance of running into things. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and search this. Leave the dagger because I don't need it. I don't need a dagger. Yep. Go here to my property. Look at this belt. It says, my friend Garon, please forgive the abruptness in which I write this letter. The time is short and there is much to be done. What we have long feared may soon come to pass. In a matter foretold is certainly not in the proper time frame. Okay. As we both know, get this right here. As we both know, forecasting these events provides increasingly difficult, leaving little option other than a leap of faith. We have done what we can for those that in thy care, but as the time nears, we must step back and let matters take what course they will. We have perhaps been a touch too sheltering to this point. Despite my desire to remain neutral in this matter, I could not, in good conscience, let the events proceed without some measure of warning. The other side will move very soon, and I urge thee to leave Candlekeep this night. If possible, the darkness may seem equally threatening, but a moving target is much harder to hit, regardless of how much sparse cover. If you remember in the first time when Garan was talking, maybe I didn't click on the thing where he talks about it, but he talks about moving targets harder to hit. He kind of has his own mentor or whatever, and I believe this to be him. A fighting chance is all that can be asked for at this point. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from the travelers along the way. I do not need to remind thee that it is a dangerous land even without the current concerns, and a party is stronger than an individual in all respects. So that's a very important thing too. Really, he's not writing to Garan at that point. He's writing to you. If you think about it, maybe you thought maybe something would happen. Anyways, we'll get back to that in a minute. Should additional assistance be required, I understand that Jaheira and Khalid are currently at the Friendly Arm Inn. They know little of what's past, but they are thy friends and will no doubt help whoever they can. Luck be with us all. I'm getting too old for this. E. I'm getting too old for this is kind of a pop movie reference. Let me see if I can find the movie real quick while I'm thinking about it. Oh, I don't know why I'm even looking it up. I know it. It's Die Hard. In Die Hard, he said, I'm getting too old for this. S word. Says it a couple times. Says it through a couple movies. All right. Whatever. Let's go over and check out this. Got 20 gold. Check out this. 20 gold. And a long sword. I don't think that works out very well for Imowen. We go to combat skills. She needs a short sword. So I need to get rid of that.
I stand ready.
And we're going to give Imowen here a bunch of arrows. And this. Oh, I had the right copy, right click it. Oh well. Let me go ahead and do some screenshots here. Alright, so now I've got that scroll. I'm actually going to drop that scroll because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to put this potion over here. Guys, save space. Oh, what's my... Oh, I'll get some real quick. So, with an 11 strength, I can carry 70 pounds. Ugh. I really need to get to like a 12 strength. I think that's when I get to the next level. There's not a gem.
It will be done.
There's a gem there. There is a gem there. Thought there was. Alright, so I got Imowen kitted out with good gear. She needs to put her armor on. Thank you. Get you like this. That moved over to there. Get this right here. Now she's got 80 extra ones. I'm going to go ahead and get her potions stacked up. Okay, she needs to use potions. Potion is speed or heroism or whatever it is. Speed. Yes, very nice. Let's go ahead and take some screenshots of this. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to clear this map out. I need to not have that image on there. Let's just go ahead and go straight north here. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so here's the northern edge. My recommendation is when you're playing this game, explore every edge. I went to the north side, there wasn't anything north, but something east popped. That will happen.
Not a
If I were
problem.
to go east, something east would pop, and maybe something north would pop, but maybe not. So just like going north, you wouldn't expect something east to pop. Sometimes they have triggers that way. Sometimes they don't make sense. But, so it's good to go out all sides. Northeast, southwest, or as they say, never eat shredded wheat. You ever heard that phrase? Now, if you get close enough to certain creatures, like I'm about ready to come up towards here, there's a bear, if I remember right, over here somewhere. Because I remember trying to clear out this last little bit, and there'd often be a bear in this vicinity. Oh no, he must have moved on. That's good. Anyways, if you get close to him, or her, or whoever it is, they get real angry and they'll actually attack you. But if you stay your distance, you don't get attacked. However, I think I will pick a fight with the bear because I want the XP. Currently, I have 147. I need all the XP I can. I don't really want to get too wound up in the grind of trying to get XP and whatnot. A bear is a pretty good thing to fight because they don't have a whole lot of spells or abilities in that way. So it's a pretty straightforward melee. And with me, with my hammer out and probably a shillelagh form of a hammer instead of a normal hammer, I think I would do good. And a shillelagh is considered to be a cudgel, which means that Warhammer I'm not proficient in, but cudgel I am. Alright, so going west, there's nothing. I still got my one to the east. Nothing.
With ease.
No problems there. We're going to go ahead and go over here to the south side. Drink a little bit more of my coffee. Alright. So, going south, I ended up pulling the high hedge. So, going west didn't pull up the high hedge, but going south did. Not going to high hedge. That's way too high level for me, especially with two people. I really do need to go find Japhira and Khalid. Oh, here's a wolf. Outstanding. Now, I am armed with a Warhammer right now. This means I will run the melee as a illusionist cleric, and the rogue will attack. But I have a decent armor class, so hopefully I won't die. There we go. Show what my armor class is. So I'm a 3 armor class, and against Pierce, which this guy is, I believe I'm actually a 1, which means it's really hard for him to hit me. He basically has to roll 19 or 20, but he certainly did.
I stand ready.
I stand ready. Okay, very good. Alright. Got 65 XP for the wolf. Click at the party. Very nice. I'm going to save because I realized right in the middle of that combat I had not saved, which is not good. I would hate to have to run around from the last top part all the way back here again because I didn't save. If I die, the game automatically ends. If Emma dies, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to bring her back. I will let you know. Emma will be in my final party. I will never lose Emma and keep her dead.
Hello there.
Doesn't mean she won't die. Hopefully she doesn't die. But I bet she will. Alright, so we got Cole said. I have another of a special thing with him. We'll get to that in a minute. Well, a busy day for me indeed. Strange noises throughout the night, and now a plethora of people strolling about the wood. Excuse me. You look a touch bit more hospitable than the last two I met. Well met, stranger. I'm called Cole Sed. As Kossed. Here's different options I have. Obviously, my 13 has given me a better or a different option to go with. I'm going to go with that. I forgot what I said. It's something about... I didn't look at the thing before. I didn't read what I was supposed to read. I apologize for that. All right. I asked him why he was wandering the woods. It's so dangerous throughout the night or whatever. He says, me? Oh, I'm a hermit. I'm rather new, actually. I haven't quite got the isolation down yet. Too much of a people person, I suppose. Used to be a merchant in Naskel. That's a city way to the southeast of the map. There's some mines there. We'll be heading there in a little bit. I did, but I lost everything due to the iron shortage. Been wandering the woods for a while and ain't been... It's... Been wandering the woods now for a while, and it's been rather relaxing. I must say, aside from the looting the occasional bandit, in general, I'm left alone because I have nothing of value. You have different options. You have nothing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go with asking questions about these two people. Remembering the note, being a good person in the story. Even bad friends are good friends to have when or good to have in the party when you're trying to get somewhere and you're basically by yourself. What of the two people you saw? I seek friends at the Friendly Arm Inn. Perhaps these for them. Cole says, I doubt these are the ones you seek. They do not seem the friendly type. They are far afield from the Friendly Arm Inn, or from the inn. If you wish to meet them, I left them not a moment ago, just up the road. You will pass them anyway. If you wish to go to the Friendly Arm Inn, there's a crossroad to the ways to the east, and then the inn is north of that. I'm going to say thanks for your time. I shall be on my way. Farewell to thee, as they say. So he's a friendly hermit of sorts. I'm going to go ahead and go up and down through here till I get my... Ooh, maybe I should heal myself.
Yes?
Am I actually down some? Looks like I'm down to half hit points.
I stand ready.
Which is not good. I'm going to save that because I don't want to do that chat again. So where you often run into problems with monsters you don't even know you've got dragging on you and you got like this train running behind you. It's not when you're first clearing the map because you can only click so far ahead of you. And your guys are probably not too far apart. It's like when you're going, oh, I gotta get all the way over here. Let me go ahead and click here and then I go. Boom. That's where you end up with your problems. Get out of this map. That's where you run into your... Oh, there's a gibberling. You run into, they're a long ways off, and I didn't know I was doing that, or whatever. So gibberlings are kind of like a goblin-like creature. The diseased ones don't carry items. The regular gibberlings do. They're not going to carry anything super awesome, but they do carry, so they are worth looting. They do carry the occasional scroll, which can be randomized, which means you can get a very nice low-level spell you don't have because you looted every gibberling. I'm just going to look at the map real quick. Okay, I need to go up here. Since I'm going to be clearing this much of the map, I need to go up here, clear this corner. So I get my 100% clear. Okay. And I'm going to take this a little bit wide Because when I come back this way, I'm just going to come right up this edge here. There's a little bit more than I think a thing. Oh, here's... Ooh. I would like to pause for him. That doesn't make sense. It paused for this wolf. So everyone shoots at it, doesn't hit, so he doesn't aggro. Too far away for him to really go for it. I get in there before he gets going. Wolf is doing his best to hurt me. Everyone's tearing it up. I'm just kind of here as a target that he can't hit, hopefully, so that I really can't hit him. We're basically horrible. We are horrible.
I am not well at all.
Whoop! Time for me to go.
It will be done.
Worst case scenario, I'll make a potion. Run away, run away. There we go. 65 XP.
Yes?
I shouldn't have... I don't know. Let me talk to this guy. You ever see a guy wandering around and he's named? Go talk to him. There's something to him. In this case, it's pretty benign. Not much going on. Just information. It says, Binkos. Sorry, chum. Can't stop to chat. Been another caravan raided northeast of Burgos. Burgos is just a little south and east of me. I must report these dire straits to the Grand Dukes and messengers' works never done. All right. Northeast of Burgos, there's a thing. This is actually not an Easter egg because it's pretty straightforward. It's telling you where a raid is, but if you don't read the chat, you don't know where that is. And later, there's another guy named Keegan, if I remember right. He's a dwarf, and he's looking. His friends got attacked around Burgos, and he says it's to the northeast as well, but I can never find it. I have to really look for it hard. It's been a while. Anyways, so I was just kind of prepping you where you gotta go. Alright, so here is... This would be an Easter egg. Because you're walking through the forest, you don't expect to find that. Oh, look. A diamond sitting in a tree. That would be, I believe, an Easter egg. Here's a road marker. Cannot Keep Coastway is the name of this area. I got these two guys over here. I'm going to talk to this one who's not friendly.
Ye already be disturbed. Now leave me.
His name is
Your company be toil enough as is.
Hello there, kid. Rather strange place to be wandering around. It ain't it? My companion has something to say to you. All right. But he won't shut up even after you talk to Zaire.
Montalon, you are so aggravating. 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor.
So if you play an evil campaign, these two would be fun to have. Montaron is a rogue, or a thief. We'll get into that in a little bit. And Zaire here is a crazy mage. That would be fun to have, I guess. A child wandering the wilderness. Surely you must be none too bright to be traveling these roads. Montaron says, and ye look a bit scuffed too, a pair of troubles of your own. Indeed, I offer you a healing potion, if you wish, as a token of goodwill. I would say I'm grateful for your existence. I'll take all assistance. Nothing to fear from these simple potions, and I'll not even hold you to the debt, though your conscience knows otherwise. Montaron says, just like all good people. Parties gained an item. Then, this is the jab, jab, right hook right here, I guess you could say. Zaire says, perhaps as payment you would go with us to Nasco, the city way southeast with the mines I told you about earlier. It's a troubled area. We mean to investigate some disturbing rumors surrounding the mines. Some acquaintances are very concerned about the iron shortage, specifically where to lay the blame on the matter. You would be useful, though I'll not hold you to it. We are to meet the mayor of the town named Burrun Gaskill, I believe. Alright, couple things to notice in this sentence right here. He kind of, and they do this with a subtle text where they talk about like the alignment. You can see that these guys are trying to be good, but it kind of comes off awkward. Maybe they did a good job of showing that, and other times people just seem awkward and are not meant to be doing that. I don't know. But in this case, I think they did a pretty good job of that. They have a mission. They have a direction they want you to go, which is not towards Candlekeep, which means you have to kind of make a decision or be really pressed on time. They also talk about things like where to lay the blame. You would be useful. So you're a tool, an object to them, not a person. That tells me evil, evil, evil. And they turn out to be evil. Anyways, let me go ahead and get to this here. Gas kill. It's not like, that's not gas. It's a ghast. It's a type of creature in D&D. Your conscience be your guide. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with the third option. I believe this is the higher charisma option right here. I would join with you, but I must meet someone first. Perhaps you will go with me. Zaire says, we have precious little time, but it's best to travel accompanied. Aye, we go with ye. Ye owe us for our time, though. Alright. So I gained a little bit of gold, and I gained items, obviously, off of them. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. We have a potion of healing. I'll put it over here. Royal of Speed. We'll go here. We have a short sword, which I'm going to give to her. Ooh, let's see what we have here. We have a couple scrolls, which I'm going to give to myself. I'm going to give this dagger to this guy because he really needs a weapon, but he doesn't need M1 short sword.
I stand ready with ease.
And then we will go ahead and complete the map. It's nice to have 4 people. It allows you to have other people step in front of you if you ever get attacked. It also gives you the option to have more attacks going around, more chances to roll 20s and that type of stuff. Alright, so I go out here. These two probably would both pop if I was going just out to the east, but you don't know that. And we'll step into here.
Not a problem.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay
Here's
thy
an old
course
man.
a moment to indulge an old man.
So the old man says, "Oh, there, wanderer, stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. It has been nigh unto 10 days since I have seen a soul walking these roads, and I've been without decent conversation since." All right, let me go ahead and talk real quick about what a 10-day is. A 10-day is there are 10 days in a week in the Forgotten Realms, so you just call it a 10-day instead of a week. It's kind of a catchy way of saying it. I've always liked that type of stuff. Traveling nowadays appears to be a domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou wouldn't pardon my intrusion, may I inquire which pertains to thee? I'm going to go with a fair bit desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the friendly arm inn? I was told I might find some friends there. Now, the reason why I'm going to go with this is because I feel, being level 1, only been in a couple fights, just lost my guardian, I'm probably more in that type of mind frame versus a more bold, boisterous type of mannerism, I should say. And the old man says, "That I would. The inn is a short distance to the north, and the doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be awaiting with open arms. My sympathies for the hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain everything shall return to the best, or will turn out for the best. But I have wasted too much of thy time, and said too much already. I should leave. Good Lord. I shall take my leave and wish thee all the best. Farewell, old man with really cool clothes and stuff that just happen to be walking around. All right, this is called Lion's Way. You got Candlekeep to the west, and you have the coastal to the... Yeah, anyways, you get the general idea. I'm going to actually do something a little different, because I know I'm not going to be keeping these evil guys. Oh, we have a fight. I'm not going to run towards the fight. I'm going to run away from the fight. Let's actually equip you with a sling.
I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, I think we're okay. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of fighting. Alright, let me go ahead and come back here real quick. And I'm going to pause.
Tis just too bright.
I'm going to go with the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring portion of the movie series, or the books if you want, and say, never heard of him. It's Underhill.
Yes?
Well, let's go ahead and do my Shillelagh spell. Since I haven't had to do it, and I'll probably rest before too much goes on anyways. Oh, now I get it. Let me go ahead and strut it off here. Look at this thing. Look at that thing right there.